on campus here at Westbrook School, and I'm going to let these guys introduce themselves at this time, starting with Coach.
My name is Joel Hallbaker. I'm the head girls coach here at Westbrook Christian.
I'm Anna Kilgo, I'm a junior.
I'm Sarah Guffey, I'm a junior.
I'm Anna Kate Edwards, I'm a senior.
I'm Allie Blevins, I'm a junior.
I'm Ellen Keenan, I'm a junior.
I'm Aislinn Godfrey, and I'm a junior.
Bill Martin here with Average Joes.
Both start. I think you guys know me. Bill, we'll let you lead off.
Well, awesome. Well, welcome everybody, and I know you're a little nervous. Hopefully you're excited also here. I think as we move into the first couple weeks of the season, we get to even get a little more in depth of what's going on each week, and so we're excited to be here with the Westbrook Warriors. So, Coach Joel, I'm gonna throw it to you here. Just kind of lead us off with some expectations for the season, how the season's going so far. Any adversity you would like to touch on. We were talking earlier in a physical game last night. Some of that stuff that, the meat stuff, potato stuff that we'd like to hear that's going on with the Warriors women program here.
Sure. So we're excited this year because we've got one senior, we've got a really large junior group. And so we've got a lot of returning experience, which is good. Our expectations, I feel like we have an opportunity to become a great team. I think we're a good team right now. I think we can become a great team as the year goes on. We haven't started as solidly as a defensive team as I'd like us to be yet. We played some good opponents so far, played some physical opponents so far. And so one of the big things we need to work on is tightening up defensively and also just put more balls in the back of the net. That's the game of soccer, right? Stop the other team from scoring more goals. But because this is, I wasn't coaching here the last 2 years, so I'm jumping back in with the girls, and what we're working on is figuring out exactly who we are and what our style of play is. And we're starting to answer some of those questions, which is good. One of the big things that we talk here about a lot is that it's bigger than just the game of soccer, right? What we're trying to do is we're trying to teach life lessons. We're trying to become better people through how we play. And so we faced some issues early on in the season with injuries because of just different things like that. And so what we've done is been able to get a lot of playing time to a lot of different girls, which is a great way to start the year and figure out as we get closer to area play, who can help us out, who can give us valuable minutes, who can we play in different positions if someone gets injured. And again, we've had some good opportunities to do that by playing some quality opponents early on in the year.
So what's the current record for you guys?
We're 3-2 right now.
3-2.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's pass it down a little bit here. So I heard a physical game last night, right? Who wants to brag? Who's got a good injury they want to tell us about right now? Who's hurt the most at the table? Right here.
I'd say we all have a bunch of bruises. Just a lot of bruises.
My whole right leg.
Sore.
It's just a bruise.
Me and Anna Claire didn't get to play yesterday because I pulled my hamstring and she has a concussion.
So
we were down players.
Is this MMA or?
I think I was the only one that didn't get fouled.
Yeah.
So a whole table of injuries is what we're talking about.
We're good. And again, that's something that is part of the game. It's a physical sport, and it's something for us to learn from in terms of how to play good soccer and also play physical soccer and maintain our composure. And that's something I told the girls after the game last night. It was physical. It was tough. We played a good opponent that's had a lot of skill as well. And they maintained their composure. They fought all the way till the end. We got down by a few goals. It would have been easy to hang our head. And instead we kept fighting and we got a goal back with 2 minutes left on the clock. And that's the kind of heart that I want to see.
Well, let's pass it over to the ladies. And we're here to learn about Westbrook soccer and the women's soccer program here. So I said we pass it down the line here, and each of you just give you a little bit of touch of what the team is, to you, what it's about. Like, if it's a strength, a weakness, or, you guys being together, whatever you'd like to tell us about your team, and let's pass it down the line one after another here. So.
I just think we all work together really well.
She can cuss, so she only
I think we definitely support each other in everything we do. If one person goes to defend, somebody's right there going to support them. Outside of soccer, we're all friends. We all get along really well. And most girls on a team sometimes don't really get along with each other, but like our group of girls always gets along. And yeah, there's some rough matches here and there, but we always support each other, and that's what I love about this team.
Yeah, we don't really have like girl drama. Like it doesn't happen at all.
Which I'm really thankful for. I don't know how to fix girl drama, so if we had any, we'd be up the creek.
I think the good thing about us though is like when like we yell at each other or like get a temper, get mad, we don't hold it against each other. Like you're in a game and it happens and you just gotta let it go. And I think that's a good thing that we do is we don't hold grudges against each other because we're a team.
What I love about our team is that we're all very encouraging of one another. We all want each other to do our very best, especially in games. And in practices, we're all very encouraging. We want each other to, do our best and win every game that we possibly can. And I think that's what also has brought us closer together and better as a team. That I feel like that's really like something special that we have is that we're very encouraging. We want everybody to be the best they can be.
You do pageants. You pronounce your voice really well, like the pageant.
It's the cheerleader.
Cheerleader. Okay, all right. Well, awesome. Miss Keene.
What I love most about this team is right after we play or practice, we think, what can we do better? What can we do better as a team? What can we do better as individually? So after our loss, we have like this group chat without Coach Hallbaker. And we talked about, hey, what are we going to work on to do better? What can we do better? So that's what I love about our team.
Yeah, and like we can go and hold each other accountable. Like we talk about how we need to work harder at practice so we can win games. And we always like encourage each other. So like even if we lose like last night, we still are very encouraging. Like it's no one person's fault. Like we can all individually work harder to get it back.
Nice. I think the thing y'all have church on that, is like a group text without the coach. And
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's one thing we've talked about for a while is that we've got 3 captains. We have a whole lot of leaders. And I love that the girls want to do those things even without me involved because that means they're stepping up and they're taking ownership for themselves. And again, we're about becoming better people. Our motto here for the girls' soccer program is to walk worthy. Become the people that God created us to be. And that means part of that is growing up and taking responsibility. And so when I hear that they've got a group chat where they're discussing amongst themselves, what can we do to get better? That's awesome. I think that's excellent. That's exactly the kind of thing we want to be encouraging here.
Awesome. My last season team question here would be, sounds crazy, 2 months. We're at the end of the season. Where's Westbrook girls fit into the piece there come playoff time?
It's always tough to say because you are, 1 or 2 injuries can derail a lot of things. Our goal every year is to try to get to Huntsville and see how well we can do. Last year, the girls came up 1 goal short. We lost to Gunner for 1-0 in the quarters. Obviously, we'd like to make that next step and make it back to Huntsville. It's been a few years. We'd like to try to get back there again.
Should have got a PK call there. And
I wasn't there. My daughter had prom that night, so I wasn't there to watch the game.
The film went all the way to the state level. It looked like a PK.
It was.
I'm not gonna say that. We don't talk about that.
We don't. That's something I don't like.
The game that shall not be named.
All right. Mo, you want to finish out any of that?
Which one of you guys is the class clown and keeps it fun in the locker room and on the field? You? Is that true, Coach, or no?
That's a really good question. I'm not in the locker room, so I couldn't tell you. On the field, I can't tell them apart. So it could be her, could be any of the rest of them. I mean, when they're playing, they're all sort of dark blonde, light brown haired girls. So
You got to have that. I mean, that's part of a good team, man. Somebody keeps it loose and everybody.
What's really funny, I think we've got a lot of big personalities on the team. And so it's not necessarily any one person all the time. Anna certainly is probably toward the middle of it. But I think it's everybody on different days. And I think it's important because that way, they, like I said, they can goof, they can have fun. They can also hold each other accountable and say, hey, we need to tighten up a little bit.
Who's the team you guys, when you see that team roll around on your schedule, you're like, it's go time. Somebody really gets you guys fired up.
I wish it was Gunnersville, but we don't play Gunnersville.
Yeah, we don't play Gunnersville.
No normal rivalry with anybody else?
We don't have
well, because of the Alabama high school rule that moved us up to 4 and 5A, a lot of the rivalries we built in 1 through 3A, we don't play those teams as much.
Makes sense.
And so now we're competing with different schools. And so the rivalries that we had, those are non-area games. They're not, it just doesn't carry the same kind of punch with it.
I got one more question, and I'd like for each one of you guys to to answer this. What's it been like playing here at Westbrook? I mean, you guys are known to have a really good program and known really statewide. I mean, people know about you guys. Talk about your experience here at Westbrook in general playing soccer.
I started in 8th grade because Ella begged me to, and I was like, okay, I'll just try out and see if I like it, and I just fell in love with it. I've loved it since I started. It's always been very encouraging, very fun. It's always been a great atmosphere ever since I started. The older girls would encourage me, and then Ella would help me get better and actually learn how to play, and so it's just really fun.
Same question.
I started in 7th grade, and I played soccer growing up, so I always loved the sport. And so coming in with the already well-known team, I was very excited to get to play at a different level. And then I also dragged my friends into it because I just love soccer and I love spreading it all around. So.
Well, for me, I started in the 8th grade like Oslin did. And at first I was kind of iffy about soccer because I didn't really play before. I played a couple years ago when I was younger, but then I was like, I don't know if I want to. But I ended up doing it, and it was the best decision, especially in high school, that I've made, especially with our team. I've grown to love the sport of soccer, and it's fun, and everyone's encouraging, especially the faculty and our coaches that we have at soccer. It just makes the sport much more fun.
No doubt.
I always played club growing up, but I don't think anything compares to high school soccer. It's a completely different atmosphere. It's so much more fun. It's more physical. It's more exciting. And it's just something I've always enjoyed, and I've really enjoyed it here. And we've had 3 different coaches while I've been here in the past 3 years.
Except the 12 years you played for me, correct?
You were my every year coach, come on here. We've had 3 different coaches in the past 3 years, but we kept it the same. We didn't get mad about it. We just kept the same level of intensity that we always have.
No doubt.
Like Ella said, like Annika said, I mean, I've played soccer my entire life. I've always loved the sport. I've always loved being on the field. Soccer's always been just part of my life. And I've been at Westbrook, and I started playing Westbrook Soccer in 7th grade. Still play, and I mean, I love the team. We love each other. We're always there for each other. We support each other, and like Ella said, I mean, we drug our friends into it. We love the sport. We love being out there, and school soccer just does not compare to club soccer. I mean, there's definitely so many differences between both of them, but school soccer, you're playing with all of your best friends and everything, just like club. But school soccer is just different, and I love it.
I started playing with Oslin and Allen in 8th grade, and I just fell in love with it too. I never played growing up and stuff, so after that I just started loving it.
She picked up very fast.
Yes, she did. She did really good.
Girls, I mean, a lot of now, I mean, I know you guys started playing a little later in your life, but I mean, you guys have some experience now, and obviously that's good. And chemistry, you guys seem to have real big chemistry as well. You got anything else there?
Maybe just one, just kind of outside the lines, and just a big point. Reason why athletics. I mean, y'all just did the testament of why you play athletics, and the bond and things that you get outside of just wins and losses, right, Coach? And tell me what makes Westbrook special outside the lines, I guess, is my question.
So I had this conversation with a coach the other day, and we were talking about how at his school, a lot of the girls play soccer in the spring, they play soccer in the fall, and that's good. They got a good program, and that's fine. Some of our girls do that, but our girls are involved in everything. We've got girls that play volleyball, travel soccer, basketball. We got girls that do dance line and cheerleading. We got girls that do volunteer work and babysitting. We got girls that have jobs during the season and outside of the season. And one of the things that I'm happiest about is seeing the testimony that they have off the field and seeing how they carry their camaraderie off the field. Because these girls don't just hang out during soccer season. They're kind of inseparable all the time. And I think it helps us during soccer season. But I told them for years, when I coached my first stint here and now coming back, what I want for them is to build relationships that will last long beyond high school. And that's something that I can't create. It's something that they've cultivated on their own. And it's one of the things that makes me the happiest, because that means that they're getting a lot more out of it, like you said, than just wins and losses. Soccer's important. It's a big deal. That's why we commit so much time to it. It's not the biggest deal, right? I want these girls to have Christ-centered relationships that are going to last for a long time. And I think they're building that, and that makes me happy.
We do love to win, though.
Yes.
We do love to win. That's true.
We are very competitive.
I like it.
Say that.
Well, guys, I really appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to spend with Bill and I to do this interview. We really enjoy it. I believe you guys are missing a faculty volleyball game. Is that correct?
Yeah.
It's very possible.
Yeah, that's what Chad Phillips told me earlier.
You can't trust Chad, man. You never know what that guy's
That is true. He could be making that up.
It's true.
Could be.
Thank you. That was awesome.
Thank you guys very much.
All right, we are back here at Westbrook Christian School with a very special group of guys, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves at this time.
I'm Coach Danny Dunlap.
I'm Zoller Higgins. I'm a senior.
I'm John Sullivan, and I'm a senior.
Evan Sizemore, senior.
Bill Martin with Average Joe's here.
And both start. Bill, kick us off.
All right. Well, kind of like the other interviews, we want to kind of go team specific first. Open up with Coach. We're 2 weeks into the season now. We were talking injuries before, so I definitely would like to touch on that piece because that's a big piece of the whole season is dealing with injuries, and so kind of just how it's gone so far. You won the tournament, is that correct? This past weekend. So touch on that and just moving forward here.
Okay. Well, it's been fun to start the season. It's been a challenge in many ways. We are at this point 5-0-1. We did go up to the Golden Goal tournament and bring home the trophy, which was exciting. Had some close matches. All of them were close matches, and these guys showed the heart to pull them all out and not give up. And we've had some injuries, mostly muscular in nature, so I don't think they're long term. And it's caused us to have to move some people around. And guys have really stepped up, played different positions, and given it 100% effort. So what I've seen so far this season, it just gets me very excited, the possibilities of this team.
So adapting and seeing some depth in your team, you feel like you got a good deep team this season?
I think we've got abilities and soccer experience that allows the guys to play different positions and not be intimidated.
Okay. And so I know you beat a team, Boaz team, difficult opponent up at the Golden Goal tournament. And so just, what helped you? I mean, what did you see that, maybe you expected, maybe you didn't, that, helped you beat a top level team, I would say like that?
When we're, I'll say healthy, we're as athletic as anybody you'll see. We're fast, we're big, we've got ample skill. Boaz team, that's a great soccer team. They've got a lot of skill and some really outstanding players. We got an early lead and we hung on because of our athletic ability.
Okay. Well, let's move to Mr. Higgins here. And so I know that I assume you're still playing up front for the Warriors. Are you still trying to score goals? Yes. And so tell me about what you've seen. So this is your third year?
This is my third year.
Yeah, okay. Tell us about this team. Tell us what excites you about this team. What's different about this team from the past years, and what's going to help y'all be successful.
I think really stands out to me for the team is like all the young players really stepping up this year. It's like one of the older players can't score, one of the younger ones will score. Just like yesterday, one of our younger players, JD, scored a goal in that game, which really kind of brings us all together, has belief in each other. So.
John Riley, are you still in the back line?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we all unite, play club with some of the kids you played Boaz. I know they got some good goal scorers. So tell me what you saw in your back line, how you maybe bent a little bit but never broke. Of course, the goalkeeper's going to take all the credit next. But tell me about the back line so far this season.
I think our back line's outstanding. I really do. I think we're solid. We really know what to do. We have talent. Daffy outside, Torrin, and then John Gilchrist, and we have Nico on Boaz, which we held in check for the most part. He's an extremely talented player, and so I'm really proud of our defense.
Especially that to come around and shut a player down like that, because he's usually good for a couple goals a game.
He is.
So Evans, what makes you feel like, okay, goalkeeper is a tough position, right? Most goalkeepers have to be crazy to be a goalkeeper, right? Evans is a pretty level guy than most goalkeepers. But what makes you feel better being back there to goal with this team, maybe compared to other teams that you played on?
I feel good. Our defense is really strong this year, and we have a lot of guys with experience. And I mean, I think all of our defenses play club ball at some point, so we know. And we're a smart team. Like, we know what to do in certain positions. And if someone leaves, we have someone always coming back, and we just play smart soccer, which is, I mean, you can't ask for that. So I feel good. I think we always pull for each other and there for each other. So we're good this year.
So size and speed, coach, is definitely an attribute you see for your team. You know, what do you? I know you don't want to give us too much of your strategy or anything like that, but just, you know, maybe give us a formation that you're running that you feel confident this season, or, you know, strategy. I guess if you don't go too deep, we don't want you to your secrets.
We're going to try to score more goals than they do. That's number one. My experience playing primarily was from the middle of the field to the back, so I tend to build from the back. I believe if you don't score on me, you can't beat me. We've got guys like Zeiler and several others, Carmichael, that great speed and skill, and they'll wear you out up front. So we do have a great defense, and I'm very proud of that defense, and those guys are stepping it up. And so we're going to create out of the back, and we're going to stop them the best we can and make it happen.
So who is in your area, your region this year? Who do you feel like your major competition is?
In our area, it's got to be Aniana. They beat us twice last year and won the area, and we finished second. And our goal this year is to win all our area matches and not let that happen to us again, and then go a little deeper in the playoffs, if not all the way to Huntsville.
Zeiler, team unity, team just being together. Tell me a little bit about that. What makes this team bonding together at this point?
It makes us feel like we have belief in each other. Like we're able to just talk about anything really. If anyone's down, we can bring them, pick them back up. No problem really with that. So it's kind of more of just if you have a problem, we can just help them out. If they have trouble in position, we can help them in that position. So yeah.
All right, John Riley, this is a tough one because we're not being negative here, but what's something you see that you guys got to improve on to take the next step this season?
I guess it's proven on goal scoring, passing.
Love it. Defender brings the offense. That's how it should be.
Passing. Sometimes with a little kickball, we can get it down on the ground and, passing around, 1-2, all that mess.
Was that?
Here's the shoot.
All right. Evans, so just overall, let's finish with you just like an overall team question. Let's see. We talked about chemistry. We talked about the strengths and weaknesses there. Just anything else you'd like to throw out about your team this season that we don't know? Or actually, I want to go with Bo's question. What's the funniest thing that's happened this season on the field during a game that you've seen so far? What's the funniest thing that's happened?
Well, we're playing Scottsboro in that tournament this weekend, and so they were flopping around, I think. And so we had one of our players, Carmichael. He got hit, and he gets in the ground, starts rolling around the ground, act like he's hurt, just trying to mock them, really. But I mean, you probably shouldn't do that, but we were all.
It looked like he's doing the worm.
Yeah, we were having fun, and we were just kind of mocking them. But that's probably the funniest thing that's happened so far.
Got a good laugh out of it, maybe, took a deep breath.
What is that stuff that comes spray on? Looks like hairspray.
It's the biofreeze.
It's hilarious. They'll get right up on them.
Yeah.
I got a question, man. For you guys, from a confidence standpoint, being able to win that tournament, the Golden Goal tournament, I mean, what is that like from a confidence standpoint for you guys moving forward?
Feels great. I mean, it's still early in the season, so we have a lot to prove, but being able to win that tournament early against some tough teams. I mean, I think we played solid teams throughout the entire tournament and come out with 3 wins and we tied a goal. So, I mean, I think it's just good confidence early in the season that we need.
Yeah, like you said, we have a lot to improve on, but winning that tournament early on like that, it's really boosts your confidence, especially against good teams like Boaz and Scottsboro.
Yeah, just to follow up on that, like building up the confidence after being like 2 goals down against Scottsboro, I think having that belief and playing as a team to come back and win that game really helped our confidence up a lot.
Coach, a different type question for you. Seeing this county have success, the girls in Southside win their side of the bracket, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean for you? I mean, personally, being a coach in this county is very competitive, obviously, but to see the success right out of the gate like that, 2 teams in this county winning that tournament.
It was fun to see. There's a lot of good soccer players here. I've known that and been associated with soccer here for a few years. And know there's some talent and it's building. I mean, there truly is. We talked about the young guys, they're good soccer players. They're coming up, and when they get a little more physical, they're going to be hard to stop. We're not the only one with those players here in this county. So, I mean, there's some programs that are growing and getting stronger. It's exciting to be a part of. Exciting to be a part of this program, and just the fine young men and women that are associated with it from top to bottom. So, yeah, the county it's just it's good to see that. Same time, sometimes you'd like to have weaker opponents every now and then, but so far we have not been in a match that hasn't been very competitive.
I think that's something we should point out about Coach Dunlop here. He started up north in Pennsylvania area, is that correct? Yeah. And then we've had him here. How long you been? Around 10 years here?
No, I was 7.
7 years here, and started out at Etowah.
That's right.
Coaching, and now over at Westbrook. And I think that's a great question. Kind of Bo just touched on. I'd like to go just a little more in depth. The quality of soccer in Alabama to me, we're on a huge rise. Mm-hmm. You have a huge different perspective from around the country. I mean, can you go a little more in depth with that, just about the quality that you've seen, the better quality play?
There are terrific athletes here. There are terrific soccer players here. The numbers are growing even in this brief period of time I've been associated with it. Looking at the total talent is growing. The soccer game has more experience up north. So throughout a league, you don't want to have weak teams. The high school team in every school is very competitive. But the game looks very similar because there's something special about young men or young women playing for their school and the passion that they play with, and they don't give up, and they're playing with their friends, and they in many cases it's a community they've lived in all their life, and that's what their goal has been, to play with that team. So that is that's here, and it might be even stronger here than it was up there. But it's fun to be associated with that kind of thing in high school soccer overall.
Well, you're obviously a guy who loves the game because you continue to put yourself back in it for whatever reason. So that's my
God has a sense of humor.
One of the wisest things my college coach ever said was, "It's not the pros, but the ones that are still coaching, playing at a very older age." And I thought that was great.
Yeah, it was a big part of my life. I played till I was 50. And then once I couldn't play, I had to start coaching.
That's where all good players go to die.
Yeah. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to be able to be here. Yeah.
Well, I'll finish up my question. I'll throw it back to Bo. My last one would be anything else you'd like to know about your program here? Like I said, maybe some outside the lines. Anybody that's been a great help to you? Any of that stuff that a lot of people behind the scenes making everything work. If you want to touch on any of that stuff.
Yeah, the administration here has been nothing but helpful and supportive. I can't say that there's anything that we haven't tried to do or asked for that maybe we didn't get exactly that, but we made progress. They're very much behind this team and the ladies program, and totally supportive. The thing I love most about being here is that we have. I'll call it the 12th man. We have our faith that binds us, and that's something that if we can learn to be competitive young guys and carry Jesus with us, life's just going to be better. It's just going to be, more productive, and God's going to be glorified. So just being able to do that here is awesome.
I know you play basketball. What all sports do you guys play?
I kicked for football this past year, or in the year before that too.
Gotcha.
Just soccer.
Just soccer.
Yeah.
Coming straight out of basketball is my question, man. Talk about your shape, and I know it's different conditioning. How's that transition been for you?
It's completely different. Which me playing goalie, I don't move around as much as these guys do, so it's a lot easier. I mean, I'm still trying to get used to it. I mean, I work really different muscles than basketball, and I mean, I wasn't there for the first game, and I was sick the second game. So the tournament was my first game, so just coming out and getting back in soccer shape and just getting used to it. It's different, but it's coming back to me.
No, soccer's fantastic by helping every sport. From agility, footwork, balance, endurance. I mean, it's top of the line for every sport, I think. I mean, of course,
I was say, Bo Evans could be. He's one of those top-notch goalies that if he's in his game, he can not want you to shoot on the goal.
That's right.
Because you know you're not going to make it. Evans can be that type of goalkeeper when he wants to be. So,
that's right.
Yeah.
He's got a little range to him.
He's a big presence in there. So.
Guys, I appreciate you guys sitting in with us today. You guys are off to a hot start. Definitely want to keep that rolling and check in with us from time to time. And wish I could smile and get some pictures from you guys.
All right, thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for coming.